Hey guys, Steve from Exclusive Wraps here. Welcome back to another episode of our automotive review. This week we have a special double episode for you. We have not one, but two Lamborghini Huracán EVO all-wheel drives to review. So over the last 4 years or so, we've had the pleasure of working on approximately 70 Lamborghini Huracans. In that time, we've worked on everything from your 610s and your 580 Huracans, all the way through the Performantes. We had a few Avos, maybe we can show you a few photos of those as well, and all the way up to the Evos, the rear-wheel drives and the all-wheel drives. But in that time, I don't think we've seen two with quite as unique paint finishes as the two you see right here. Now, let's take a bit of a closer look, starting with the matte Blu Aegeus. I think I said that correctly, someone will correct me if I'm wrong. Huracan rear-wheel drive. So, starting with the blue Huracán EVO, this one, amazing matte metallic finish. I don't think we've seen one in this color in the last, like I mentioned, 4 or so years. This is the very first one that we've had in such an amazing sort of matte metallic blue. The owner of this one has also optioned the gloss black that you can see along the front of the bumper here, which is normally a matte finish. If you follow me along to the side skirts, they've also included the side skirts there and the rear diffuser section here. So if you quickly run around with me, this whole section here, again, that's normally a matte finish. This one has been optioned in gloss black, which looks really nice. And then they've got the contrasting blue diffuser underneath, which is just standard. Looks very, very cool. What else can we show you? Oh, for those of you that are mechanically minded, come and take a look at this little plaque right here. I'm gonna guess that most people who look at this have no idea what that means because obviously it's written in Italian. This means order of ignition, and these numbers denote the order in which the cylinders fire. It's a cool little tidbit of information for you. Alrighty guys, let's give you a look at the engine bay. So to pop the engine bay, you need to jump in the car. You have to put the accessories on, then you press this little button. If you want to come with me, down here, hopefully you can see that. You've got the frunk at the top and the rear engine cover at the back. Pop. Voila. How awesome does that look? Really tidy, really nicely laid out. It's actually even got lighting in there. I'm not sure why it's not on at present. There's probably a setting or something for that, but that really highlights the engine quite nicely. We'll see if we can figure that out and give you a bit of B-roll of that. It's a 5.2 litre V10 engine, 640 odd horsepower. Wow.
You can read the brochure.
Alrighty, now you know a little bit about the engine. Let's take a look at the interior. Alrighty guys, so now we're on the interior of the Lamborghini Huracan. What an amazing interior. Firstly, let's take a look at the trim. So the owner of this vehicle has spec'd the trim to have green inserts that are going to match the brake calipers that you might have seen earlier. We'll give you a quick look now. They've also got the Lamborghini logo embroidered into the headrests, and they've got the carbon seats, which are a really, really nice touch. Now, the other thing you've probably already noticed, forged carbon. This is such a cool finish. Take a look at it. All across the center console, the vents in the middle, above the display, where else? On the grab handles as well. And even the little plaque on the door sill, I believe, has forged carbon elements. Such a cool little feature. It's very unique. It's a bit different to your usual carbon. Very cool in my books. And obviously you got the green stitching as well that matches in with the green trimming around all the seats and the floor mats and that sort of thing as well. Now, in true Lamborghini fashion, we have the jet fighter style start-stop ignition switch. very cool. In the center console, obviously we have our little reverse paddle, park, manual mode. You've got paddles on the gear sticks for shifting, which are also forged carbon fiber. A very tiny little center console here. Now for the most exciting part of all these videos, cold start. Let's give you a look at the startup sequence of the Huracan. So we flip our little pilot switch toggle cover thingy there to reveal the start-stop button. As with most cars these days, foot on the brake, and we press the start button. And the monster comes to life. Let's take a look at the steering wheel. Has a beautiful Alcantara steering wheel, flat bottom, which is very reminiscent of modern European sports cars these days. On the bottom of the wheel, we have our driving modes, Strada, Sport, and Corsa. I don't know if you could hear that then. Obviously, every time we went up a gear, the valves in the exhaust opened, basically saying, more power. So when you want to go fast, Corsa is the way to go. Also, when you switch modes, your dash display will change as well. So right now we're in Strada, which is your standard runaround mode. If we switch to Sport, ESC turns off, I believe. Everything goes orange, exhaust gets louder. Switch it to Corsa, boom, full race mode. This is a very strange experience if you haven't driven one of these, indicating with this car. So normally a lot of European cars have their indicator stalks on the, I should know this because I have one as well, left-hand side. They do as well, but it's on the steering wheel. So you flick the stick, the little stick there to the left or to the right, and you can click it in to stop it, indicating if it doesn't automatically stop. What else? Let's have a look. Down here we've got a whole host of buttons. We've got our headlights right there, and obviously the interior lighting as well. And we have auto lights, fog lights. I'm not going to pretend to know what these are. I think these are for the dash lights. You have your lift kit for the front, very useful in these lower cars. And a couple of other things like your park assist, auto off, I believe that is, for when you're in stop-start traffic. Alrighty guys, so we've given you a look at the Blu Aegeus matte Huracan EVO. Now let's go over and take a look at the one in Verde Shock. As we move over to show you the Huracan in Verde Shock, let's draw a few comparisons between the two that we have here. Firstly, to my right, we have the standard five stud gloss black rims on the one to my right. To my left, we have the optional Centerlock matte black finish rims, which are a $12,000 option.
Fun coupons! See that?
Now moving on, let's take a look at the thing you've probably been staring at since the beginning, the insane fluoro greeny yellow sort of paint scheme that's on this one. Now, this particular Huracan has what's known as the Fluo Capsule package. I said fluo, F-L-U-O, not fluoro, because that's what it is. Now, this is a standard inclusion. It's one of 5 colors that you can select with that package. And not only does it come in some really, really out there colors, but it also comes in this very unique sort of paint scheme combination that you don't get on the standard paint finish. So if we take a look, first thing you're going to notice, obviously, it's fluoro yellow. If we look down at the bumper here, it's got painted in pinstripes. So these you cannot feel at all, nice and smooth, so there's no hard edge. And all this center section here is done in a nice satin black finish. If we compare that to the Blu Aegeus matte, this whole section here is still body color, which also looks very cool. But this one's just giving you a more unique appearance, I suppose. Now, if we move around the car, we get to the mirrors. In this case, they are a satin black finish with a, again, painted in pinstripe that you cannot feel. The lower doors and the side skirts are also done in that satin matte black finish. We have painted in pinstripes here, and the lower skirt is also body color. Moving around the back, rear diffuser is again the same satin finish, and we have painted in pinstripes on the diffuser. And then if we go up over the top here, you'll see that this section up the engine cover and the middle of the roof and all the way down the A-pillar is also painted in that satin black finish, as compared to this one that has the full blue roof. So let's go over a few of the options on this car, just to give you an idea of how much it costs to spec it the way you would like it. First thing we're going to talk about, tailpipes. These particular ones here are a matte black finish. In matte black, they are a $1,200 option. Moving up the car, we have a transparent engine cover. Obviously this is a really nice option because it gives you a good look at the engine rather than having the standard louvered option, so you can't actually see what's in there. This is a $10,000 option. Okay guys, so now that we're on the inside of the car, let's take a look at some of the specs here. Very similar in some aspects to the blue car that we were just talking about. This one has a color matched toggle switch cover to the exterior of the vehicle. Now this is included as part of this paint option package. What else we have? My cheat sheet. Okay, now I think I was a little bit incorrect when I was originally talking about the forged carbon on the interior of the blue one. In this case, the forged carbon is actually a $12,000 option. That gives you all of the vents, all the center console trim, the grab handles on the doors, and a few other little bits and pieces you can see here. But it is a very cool option nonetheless. These seats are a sports seat that you can option in various sizes, a small, a standard, a large. These are a $13,500 option. Now, one thing every car needs is a cup holder, right? We always talk about these on these videos. As you can see, nothing in the console here. But if you'd like to option one for $1,450, you get one like this. Alrighty, let's hop back outside real quick. Alrighty, now the question that I know has been on all your minds, how much luggage can we fit in the front? Let's take a look. So it looks like we can fit maybe 3 Huracán EVO sized bags. We should really come up with a standard measure for this rather than just liters or something like that. Maybe we get some Coles or Woolworths shopping bags. That might be a good medium. Let us know what you think. And we can do a standardized measuring system for future videos. I think that might be a good one. But as you can see, there is not a whole lot. But again, you're not really using this to go and get bread and milk. If you are, you'd be able to fit 1 or 2 bits of bread and milk in there very well. But look, it's all about driving at the end of the day. And lastly, let's talk about why these two vehicles are here. Now, as you've probably guessed, they are both here for Xpel Paint Protection Film kits. Both being matte satin finishes, they are getting Xpel Stealth Film over the full vehicle. So this one is a client's vehicle. This one belongs to Lamborghini Brisbane and is their latest demo vehicle. So if you're a media person, you may get to drive this. If you're in the market for a Huracan, you also may get to drive this. So if you stop by the dealership in the next couple of weeks, you'll probably see it there, fully covered in Xpel Stealth Paint Protection Film to protect the very unique satin finish from damage. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up this episode of our vehicle reviews. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed looking at these two amazing Huracán EVO all-wheel drives. Stay tuned for a little bit of extra footage, some photos and other media that you're going to see across our socials over the coming weeks. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Wherever you have a media platform, look us up. We've probably got one too. Other than that, we'll see you on the next one.